Sick. I don't know how to start this video. Oh god, this is not gonna be good. I'll tell you that much. You can definitely tell that I have not been in front of a camera in God knows how long. Hello, if you know who I am, welcome back. If you don't know who I am, welcome to this. So I'll be real, I don't really know what this video is gonna be. I mean, I have a general idea of what I kind of want to talk about, but what I talk about in particular and in detail, that will be yet to be seen. Moreover, I just have this one kind of overall thought that I've been having a lot recently, and especially when it comes to being a creative individual. For those of you who may not know, I edit for a YouTuber by the name of Robert IDK. Robert, if you're watching this, I love you, baby. He's gonna think like, what the heck was that? To be on YouTube, as you know, you have to have a certain amount of creativity as well as a little bit of insanity to try and want to do a job like this. And it's because of that insanity, it's hard to keep it up after a while. Much like an older man in his later years, you can't keep it up always. I'm sorry. But in all seriousness, being a creative for an extensive period of time, it seems to have a bit of a downside, at least in my experience. I think one of the biggest issues I have is being a creator for someone else for so long. It kind of has influenced the way that I try to make content on my own. One of the biggest issues I feel is that I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and that if I don't get it completely right, I just freeze up and I never do the project at all. An example, actually funny enough, this video in particular. When I was coming up with this video, I obviously had the idea that I wanted to talk about how I was kind of being creatively blocked in a weird way. And as one does, as you start planning out a project, you start thinking of, okay, well, how am I gonna do this? You know, what cameras do I have? What's the lighting gonna look like? Where am I gonna shoot this? All of that kind of fun stuff. The problem though that I start running into is the kind of answers that lead into those questions. So for an example, like with this question, okay, where did I want to shoot it? Okay, well, the only place I really have available is either the office that I have my computer in where I edit all my videos, or I do it in my bedroom. You can see which one of the two that I chose. The next question was, okay, well, what then do I shoot with? Okay, well, I have the mirrorless camera that I usually have set up for my Twitch streams and stuff like that, but then I would have to get up all my stuff and I'd take it down and put it on a tripod. And okay, well, you know, I have my phone, you know, that records decent, like, footage, like, no big deal. Yeah, but the problem is then I'd have to find a mount so that way I can hook it up to my tripod. Not only that, too, I'd have to figure out the best way of lighting it. Okay, well, we can just go to Best Buy and see if they just have, like, a ring light or something like that. Yeah, but that requires us getting up out of the office, and we're kind of busy right now with the work that we're kind of already working on. Not only that, too, we have plans later on tonight, so I don't know if we can actually even do it today. Okay, well then when do we want to try and shoot this? Well, seeing as how you're still a 28-year-old who lives with his parents, and you're self-conscious about trying to make YouTube videos and talking to yourself in a room, you have to try and wait for the opportune moment to when they're not home, so they can't hear you talking to yourself and acting like a weirdo. Wanted to make sure that, you know, someone didn't walk in at that exact moment. But as you can see, it's kind of stuff like that, where for some reason my brain just decides, oh, hey, what if we just give up this excuse so that way you don't have to go do it? And it's like, well, why? I want to make this video, but for some reason my brain just goes, no, this is just too much of an inconvenience, you know? It's not gonna work out the way you want it to. But it's like, no, that's dumb. How do I know it's not gonna work out unless I try? Like, it's silly. I'll give you another example of kind of where I'm at right now. So recently, I bought myself a Nintendo DSi XL. Obviously, this thing has been discontinued for well over a decade or more at this point. But I wanted to make a video talking about how I bought one of these old consoles and modded it and played it in the new age of 2023 going into 2024. And you know, at least in my mind, I think that's an interesting video. I would want to watch a video like that. Maybe not the process of, you know, modding and stuff like that, but talking about the experience, what games I have on it. And I have other projects in the wake as well as with the DS. I also was in the process of buying a new 3DS XL, which again is another console that is discontinued. And so my whole process of what I wanted to do is I want to make a video talking about how my experience with buying it, what are the kind of the pros and cons and why I bought it. And then I also had another idea was because I'm going to get a 3DS, I'll make another video on that. But because it took me so long, or it's taking me so long to come up with the video idea for that. I have already bought the 3DS that I was gonna make another video on, even the process of like buying and then modding out and stuff like that. I'm so impatient with that kind of stuff. I've already bought the 3DS and modded it, and it's already ready to go. What? So at this point, because of me being so, oh, well, I want to wait to record the video on this day, or I don't have the right equipment, and yada, yada, yada. All these dumb, like, excuses. And now I'm having to merge both ideas into one simply because I just didn't hold myself back because I'm impatient. I know this sounds like a really weird kind of rant, and it very much sounds like a first world problem, but it's something that I kind of deal with in terms of all of my creative projects. Every project that I've always come up with a good idea, or at least I think is a good idea, has always ended up falling by the wayside. Either because, one, I lose interest in it, two, for some reason my brain thinks it's too difficult to create just in general, or three, it just doesn't happen. And I don't understand why. I had to force myself to make this video because I want to make this video. But because my brain is constantly telling me, don't do it now, don't do it now, don't do it now, it's kind of almost like a weird procrastination, unconscious procrastination. Because I want to do this video, but I don't want these thoughts coming in telling me, hey, don't do the video. And so I'm just kind of sitting here going, well, if I don't make a video, I'm never gonna make anything. So I guess actually the real reason why I'm making this video is more or less to tell myself, hey, get up and make something, you idiot. Yeah, this video's entire, I guess, real reason is just to tell myself, hey, once you're done with this video, you can finally move on to other things. You can actually do the projects that you want to do and not just sit here and just wait. Because that's what it is. My brain wants me to wait, but I don't want to wait anymore. Now, that's not to say that I'm gonna go buck wild and make videos like every single day, but you know, I want to get to a place where I can finally say, hey, I have an idea for a video. Let's just do it. Let's make it right now. Well, okay, maybe not like right now, but you know, I hate that I feel like I've become a perfectionist in the sense of I'm trying to perfect something that I haven't even done yet. Does that make any sense at all? Am I just being super rambly and none of my thoughts are being coherent right now? Is this just a video just to let my mind just talk? Maybe I'm not articulating the way I'm actually thinking how my brain works. I don't know. But all I know is that I'm kind of tired of my brain telling me to wait on doing certain projects until the right time, when in reality, I don't think there's really a right time to do any project, other than the exact moment where you say, let's go. So I guess what I'll say going forward, whenever I get an idea to make a project or something, I'm not gonna let myself push it back. If it's something that I think that I genuinely want to make something about, or if it's just something that I think that will be fun to share or funny, you know, like with this channel, at least now. Actually, here, let me tell you something. Let me rewind it a little bit. I have always had this strange idea in my head that if I was gonna start my own YouTube channel, if I was gonna start my own form of content creation, obviously the question being is, what do you want to do? What is the main theme of the videos that you create, your content? What is the main theme? And that is a question that I have always struggled with because, I don't know, I'm just a guy who enjoys a lot of things. Right now, this is where my like ADHD tendencies start coming out. I'm not diagnosed with ADHD, but I have a tendency to latch on to hobbies and then quickly move on to more. Right now, my current hobby is modding out old consoles. I have another project right now where I'm modding out my sister's old Game Boy Advance, and I want to make a video about that too. I have 3D printers that I have a hobby of 3D printing D&D models for my games, like my campaigns. Just small things that would be interesting to make videos about, but because of the fact is that it wouldn't consist of a whole coherent theme, it kind of holds me back. So maybe I guess this is just the point where I say I'm done looking for a theme, and whatever video that I want to post that I think is interesting and that the people that I have around me will want to watch, I'm gonna post it. You know, who cares if this video that I uploaded right now is talking about, you know, Game Boys, and then the next video down the line, maybe like a month later, is me on a like vacation trip, like going to, I don't know, like Switzerland or something like that. Just putting out things that I find interesting and hoping that the people that watch the video find it interesting as well. Okay, I think I'm done rambling. I can't even really remember what I've said in this video, and I only hope that what I said makes sense. So yeah, going forward, I'm gonna make videos whenever I want, whenever they come out, and I'm not gonna be pressured by my own brain anymore to either rush through it or slow down. And whether that means a video comes out every few months or it takes me a year to make a video, I will do it by my time, and I won't hold myself back on making projects that I think are interesting.